We've just been talking about your work in the importance of educating kids. Nish, why do you think it's so important that children are given a solid environmental education?
Well, I think it's very important because, children today who are educated about climate are the passionate and grounded leaders of tomorrow, and from there, everything actually does become a lot easier and, to take things into the future, it really is important to actually have a good basis of understanding at an early age.
Absolutely, and you're from South Africa. Is this a problem that you think particularly affects this country?
Absolutely. I think it's a global problem, but, in Africa and all sort of countries, everywhere is, not accepted.
And Rebecca, the USA, they're in a bit of trouble at the moment, aren't they? Is there enough education about the environment in the US, do you feel?
From personal experience, I do not think so. I think a lot of children in the States are very unaware of their own environments, very sheltered inside, watching TV. And I think it's important that schools and community programs develop the relationship between children and nature.
And Isaiah, from Nigeria, what sort of work have you been doing with kids in Nigeria, educating them about the environment?
Pretty much good work. We are trying to help them understand issues that relate to environment so that they could live healthier life and more environment friendly life. And that's what the Health Child Institute is doing pretty much good in Nigeria, educating children and even their teachers to live a healthy and sustainable life.
And how are you doing this? Are you going into schools? Are you giving schools equipment with which they can teach kids about the environment? How does the Institute work?
What we do is to work with the teachers first and school principals and head masters in the primary schools, school principals in the secondary schools, writing competitions between teachers so that they can bring up their own ideas on sustainability. And for the children, we use art, drama, songwriting, and all these methods to get to the children. We also use story books. We already have a storybook which we use to teach the children on environmental sustainability and climate-friendly attitudes. So these are the methods we use, methods that could arouse the interest of the children to climate-friendly issues, not using big terms or big words or something like that. We come down to their level and then we take them up from there and we try to teach their teachers so they can also train the students very well.
Sure, and Nish, do you find that kids generally enjoy learning about the environment? Is this a subject that actually once you get stuck in, they find it fascinating?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think what's unique to Earthchild Institute is that we try to use indigenous technologies and wisdom that's available to, each and every community across the world. So it becomes something that it becomes like very easy for them to adapt to.
Okay, give me an example about a sort of an indigenous sort of project you might have been working on. Is that something Isaiah might be able to work on in terms of indigenous methods for teaching the environment? What would you be doing in Nigeria?
Part of what we'll be doing is using children playground methods because children in Nigeria actually have a different way of playing in school, teaching themselves in school, and even their teachers also have different indigenous ways, especially indigenous languages, using the three basic languages, which is the Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo, to reach out to these children, saying those words in the language in which they understand most. It gets the children really into it, and they really understand it much more better.
And I guess, Rebecca, a final one from you, given you're the only girl and two boys. In terms of a lot of this conference has been talking about finance and huge financial packages. Do you think in the long run, if we all educate ourselves in a more fundamental way regarding the environment, do you think that this could be cheaper overall?
Yes, I mean, any investment requires putting out more money in the beginning, but the return rate will slowly rise because if you invest in these educational initiatives, children will grow to be more productive leaders of tomorrow in terms of environmental jobs or diplomatic jobs. I think it will, in the long run, turn out much better.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks so much. Cheers, guys.